Hey, it's Granddude here. Your grandfather with a little extra time and a lot of experience and hopefully a knack for some straight talk. Grab something to drink. Come on over here. Pull up a chair. Let's talk for a minute. First off, thank you for coming by. You know how much I love it when you visit. Back when I was your age, I thought I had it all figured out. I felt untouchable, like nothing I said or did could really come back to haunt me. And then life happened and boy, I got touched a few times. Turns out those moments are where you learn the most. I know that I sure did. I've been thinking about something that you said the other day about free speech. You were talking about how you should be able to say whatever you want, whenever you want, because, hey, it's a free country, right? I get where you're coming from. I really, really do. But here's the thing. You live in a world where your words travel further and stick around longer than they did when I was your age. We didn't have social media and all this other stuff, and thank God. When I was your age, I was the photo editor of my college newspaper. My photos conveyed facts and not opinions. Editors reviewed our speech before it was public, and there were some guardrails to stop us kids from just doing stupid stuff, and not today. Times have changed. A hasty comment online isn't just a throwaway thought. It's like tossing a rock into a lake. The ripples go farther than you might expect. Now let me tell you how I approach things. You know me. I'm not the kind of guy who's good at impulsive yelling matches. That's just not my style because I'd rather take my time and dig into the research, get the facts, and understand the bigger picture before I speak. And that is exactly what I did before you got here today. I gathered the results of my research on free speech and I've put it in the video description so you can check it out later if you want. It's up to you. Here's something to think about. The platforms on the internet where you might post stuff, like YouTube, might make you feel brave, like you can say anything without consequences. But just because it makes you feel right or untouchable doesn't mean your feelings are actually right or factual. You can feel like you're in the clear and still be absolutely wrong unless you take the time to understand free speech like we're doing here today. Hopefully by the end of our little chitty chat, you'll understand I'm just trying to look out for you, not lecture you. What you do with this information is up to you. Let's start with the basics. Free speech doesn't mean that you can say anything you want without consequences. It means the government can't punish you for speaking your mind. You can criticize politicians. You can protest unfair laws. You can stand up for what you believe, and they can't throw you in jail for it. But, and this is the big but, that protection ends as soon as you step into spaces that aren't run by the government. At work, on social media, or even at your buddy's house. There are rules, and if you break them, there can be consequences. You can lose your job, get banned, and find yourself on the wrong side of an argument that spirals out of control and maybe even to the court. When I was in school, I said something in class that I thought was harmless. I wasn't trying to be mean, but it came across wrong and reckless and hurtful. I got called out for it. For me, it was a wake-up call. That lesson stuck with me, and it's one of the reasons I think so carefully about the words I've used publicly in all my years writing or in my YouTube videos and comments. It is clear that not everyone feels that way and still feels invincible. It kind of reminds me about a business saying. There are two types of businesses, those that have been sued and those that will be. Free speech isn't a free pass, it's a freedom, but it comes with responsibility. Now, I want to hit on something else you might be thinking. You might say, well, I can just post something anonymously if it's a little edgy or critical, and no one will ever know it's me. But hey, kiddo, let me tell you, even anonymity doesn't make you untouchable. There's a case, Liskula Cohen, who was a model who was attacked online by an anonymous blogger spreading false and nasty rumors. She went to court and a judge ordered Google to reveal the blogger's identity. Once Cohen knew who it was, she filed a defamation lawsuit. Or this dude, Bill Hadley. He was running for public office, and an anonymous commenter on a newspaper site accused him of criminal activity. Completely untrue. The courts made the newspaper reveal who wrote it, and Hadley sued. Here's the lesson. If you think you can post defamatory statements online under a fake name and have no consequences, please think again. Courts have shown time and time again that they will unmask anonymous individuals to hold them accountable. And let me tell you, defending yourself or losing any of those lawsuits it's more expensive and life-draining than you can even imagine. And think about this. If people had known better, they could have avoided damaging their lives over something that didn't need to be said. Let's take it a step further. Even when you're not anonymous, your words can have serious consequences. Alex Jones falsely claimed the Sandy Hook school shooting was a hoax. Remember that? His words caused real harm to grieving families, and the courts hit him with a $1.5 billion damages claim. Or the guy who made a YouTube video threatening a judge, he thought he was just being creative. But the courts didn't see it that way. And he ended up in jail because true threats aren't protected under free speech. Then there were those two guys, I think it was 2020, who made robocalls to scare people out of voting. That wasn't free speech, it was illegal. They were charged, and they paid the price. Words matter, and when they cross certain lines, the consequences can be massive. Social media might feel like a public park of pure opinion, but it's more like someone else's house. Platforms like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and YouTube. They're all private companies and they set the rules. If you break them, they can kick you out. That's not censorship. It's their policy. And even beyond the rules, there's the reality that people are watching. Employers or schools, strangers, your words online can follow you for years now. One thoughtless comment can show up when you least expect it. So before you post, ask yourself, is this worth it? Here's the thing, kiddo. Free speech isn't just a right, it's a responsibility. You can use your words to build bridges, bring balance, and brighten someone's day, or you can use them to burn bridges, break trust, and bruise hearts. It's your choice. The choice is always yours. Now, your voice matters, and it's a powerful tool, but power without responsibility can cause harm. So before you speak or post, ask yourself, what am I trying to achieve with my words? Because the most powerful speech isn't the loudest. It's the kind that leaves people better than you found them. Hey, I'm only telling you this because I care about you. I always have. Your words matter more than you realize. They have the power to change the world or to tear it down. Free speech, it's not a free pass to say whatever you want. It's a reminder of the responsibility, the respect, and the reflection we all need when we open our mouths or post online. So here is my grandfatherly advice. Before you speak, think. Before you post, pause. And when in doubt, pick positivity over provocation. If you have any questions, you know you can post them for me here in the comments and let's talk about it. You know me, I'm always here to help you and everyone else out because I care and I love for you and I care for you. Now, give me a hug. Get out of here.